In this second tutorial video, we are going to create a wheel with some spokes. One might say it is a bespoke wheel. Let's head over to the main Tinkercad website. From here, we are going to create a new design. Remember that the first stage is to give it a sensible name. This will be wheel 2. And I am going to edit the grid, a more appropriate size for the wheel we are creating. 80 by 80, update grid. Then I can use the wheel to zoom in. I'm going to start off this wheel with a tube shape. Click once on the tube, click once again onto the work plane, and we need the all-important ruler. So I'm going to click once and then click again in the bottom left-hand corner. From here I can now resize the wheel, which is going to be 76 by 76. Don't forget the minimum size is 75 by 75. You can create it a little bit bigger. Now you can play around with these settings. I'm going to leave them exactly as they are, all apart from the number of sides. I'm going to increase that to make the wheel smoother. Positioning, so if we change these numbers, this one to 0 and this one here to 0, position it in the bottom left hand corner of work pane. This is important so that we can position the hub and the spokes correctly. By the way, you can click and hold the middle mouse button to move the wheel about. At the moment it's 10 millimeters thick. I am going to change this to 4. Now for the central hub, I'm going to start with a cylinder. I am going to leave it as 20 by 20 but change the height to 4. And to make sure this is in the middle, we need to do a few calculations again. So this wheel is 76 mil. 76 divided by 2 is 38. This is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So 38 minus 10 is 28. So that's correct. This one here, change that to 28. I now know that that will be in the middle of the wheel. I'm going to go in to add another cylinder to create the hole in the middle. I'm going to change the colour of this to make it clear. That can be left on to 20. This one I'm going to put minus 10 to make it go slightly beneath the work pane because it needs to penetrate the middle of this cylinder in the middle. And this will be 4 by 4. And then the position of this one will be 36 and this one 36 as well. And then that will go straight to the middle. This will be a hole. Shift click. Okay, so you hold down the shift key, so now both this cylinder here and this one here is selected. Click on the group button, and we've now got a hole through the middle. We need to create some spokes, and to do that, I think I'm going to use another cylinder. Let's change the colour to make it stand out. And you might be thinking, what is he doing? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees, and I will make it 4 millimeters wide, 4 millimeters tall. We have a spoke. Now for this to go into the middle, this will need to be positioned at 36, which is correct. We can now copy and paste that. So you can use Control C, Control V, or this duplicate button. So I create another duplicate. I can put this one over this side. Again, just be careful with your positioning. Control D creates another duplicate, and this one will need rotating further around. So let's type in 90 in there. Control C, Control V, or Control D to duplicate, and this one 36. If I press Control A to select everything, I can group that together as a single shape. It will all go the same color because it's now a single shape. And we have a wheel with some spokes. As you're designing your wheel, you might want to think about, okay, well, how can we make it a little bit more aerodynamic? So before you group it together, let's just ungroup again. You could, for example, add a smooth bevel to the sides that just takes off the rough edges. You could think about all sorts of different spoke designs. Just think about strength. Is it going to be strong enough? Is there enough mass there so when it gets 3D printed, is it going to be strong? Let's head back over to the main Tinkercad menu. I've now got two wheels called Wheel 2, which is probably not a good idea. Hey, that's pretty cool, it spins around. Okay, if I don't want this one, I can click on this cog and choose delete, but I'm going to keep that one there, although I should rename it. If I click on the actual object itself, it loads up and I can download a 3D printing file. A lot of 3D printers use STL files, so I can click onto this one, download that file, whack it onto a memory stick, put it into your 3D printer, and away it will go. Good luck, hope you have lots of fun designing your 3D wheels.